Hi, and welcome to another video. In this video we have several points to talk about. One of them being is why we haven't made a video in some time, as well as surgery that Marie's had on her foot. And we're also going to talk about some of the monthly things that we do with the RV's engine and generator and AquaHot system to keep them maintained since we're not traveling as much. And then right now I'm going to refer this to Marie to talk about what she's been doing for the last couple months.
Yeah, and I will have to say, he says we're going to leave it, but believe me, we'll be back in Rhody pretty soon, I hope. So keep your hopes with me. As you can see, I have a lovely walking boot. Many times the doctors wanted to do back surgery, this surgery, that surgery on me. I have arthritis really bad. And finally it got to the point where I could no longer walk. The injections weren't helping my foot, so I succumbed to foot surgery so that I could walk and hike and start doing our travels a little better. We really thought that we might have a problem in doing that. You know, the RV is wonderful. A lot of people live in them full time. We did. But I just didn't think I could do surgery in there. I mean, basically non-weight bearing, no weight on your foot whatsoever for 7 weeks is what I went through, which meant hopping around, using devices. And so what I did is, what we both did is we had seen some videos. One of them that stuck in our mind was from Liz Amazing, who did a video on how do you exit RV living. We didn't want to exit. We wanted to have another option. So we decided we would go part-time again. And with this foot surgery, we figured we would build a base and then we would be able to have some place to stay until we got to use Rhody again, which we hope to be pretty soon in the future.
Right.
But as I said, I could not walk literally for 7 weeks. I couldn't even put my toe on the ground or my heel on the ground. It was a no-no. First I had a splint, then a cast, which was pink by the way. Maybe Ben will put a little picture up there. And then finally I got this boot. But I want to show you what I've been going through and why we chose to do the part-time thing here. So I'm going to stand up. I am allowed to put a little bit of weight on it, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of standing. But this here is my scooter. It was a lifesaver, okay? And what I had to do, and I'll give you a short demonstration, and you can see it's pink because it's pretty, okay? I'm just going to wheel right over here out of the camera and come back with my second device. So this is my scooter, 4 wheels. We thought that way I could get around a little bit better for the balance. And you can see a phone holder and a cup holder and my nice little basket. And I would just go around like this. Looked like fun when you're about 15, but it's no longer fun. It's a lot of work. So anyway, I graduated from that. And I've graduated to this walker. As you can see, I have a walker now with a pretty seat. Nice catch-all. And again, can you imagine trying to use the walker? There's a little room in the living room, but getting in the bathroom, turning around, just couldn't see it. So now I started using this little walker, and I go slow, folks. Get to see my butt and everything else. And I am still using the walker in part, but I'm back to using my cane. Okay? But here's the trick. You guys have been seeing me going in and out of RVs, doing things. Look at this. No cane, I can walk. Yes, I am so excited. Thank you for Liz Amazing giving us some ideas on exit plans. And Ben has been a saint. He has cooked, he has cleaned, and he's been taking care of Rhody. And poor Rhody's just been sitting here. I have not been inside. Today will be the first time I've been in it. Just about 8 weeks now. And Ben's going to show you a few things that you need to do. You can't just leave your coach sit. It would ruin it. So you really need to work on your coach. So Ben, let me sit down for a minute and you tell him what you're going to show him.
Well, part of the sweat here, we're filming this in mid to late August.
It's hot.
In 90-degree Florida heat. So, you know, we're trying to make this brief and yet efficient. But yes, the thing that we need to do, particularly when it comes to the coach's diesel engine and our diesel generator, as well as our diesel-powered AquaHot, is run them on a monthly basis for about 30 minutes or so to ensure that they work properly when we need them to work properly. Now, we had the AquaHot last service in April of 24. And we've been starting up regularly, and
thank God.
They had rigged up a relay system between the AquaHot and the Precision Plex touchscreen system so that it would work more efficiently, because it was problematic. I'm sure some owners may have told you that it does require a little maintenance. Initially, the 250D has been problematic.
And you may remember that video with all the problems that we had. Ben probably can link that at the back of this video. But oh, it was awful. I hated the RV. We couldn't take showers, but it has worked flawlessly. And hopefully today, when we do a little maintenance here, we're going to show you.
Yeah. So stay tuned while we get busy with our maintenance chores. Now we're inside Rody, and I'm going to show you how we start up our AquaHot. Here we have our Precision Plex touchscreen. And we're basically going to touch our AquaHot here, and you'll see it says AquaHot here. So we're going to touch the diesel switch right here, and we're going to let it get started here. Right now, you generally see a quick moment say default. Now the AquaHot is on. How it's running, and it's been very reliable every time we've needed it to be since it's this new relay system that they installed, and we'll show you that to you pretty soon. But now that it's got this started here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the generator. Now, basically we're going to go ahead and we're going to prime the generator. And then we're going to start the generator. Okay, now the generator is going. Now we're going to start our engine. Now when we start our engine, we basically turn on the ignition and let the digital dash come online. And right now it's come online here. You can see it says low air. Don't mind the beep here, but basically we're starting it up. After a few moments, that dreaded beep will go away. But that just tells us we have low air as it's starting up. So after a few moments, the air warning will shut off. And then we simply set the timer for 30 minutes. And we run the coach and the generator and the AquaHot for 30 minutes. Then we shut everything down. While we have the generator going and the engine going, as soon as it beeps goes off, we're going to bring the slide out just to make sure everything's working there. And then we're going to bring them back in. Let's go, while this is going, let's go back and we operate the rear slide here. Here's the slide out coming out here.
You can see the bed going.
Yeah. Now when we go outside, we're going to spray some seal lubricant before we bring the slides back in. Now we're going to bring some of the slide outs in the main area of the coach. And we're just trying to squeeze this. We are a little tight in here.
Well, it's not only tight, I got this boot on my leg, which is slowing me down.
Now for safety's sake, I'm going to put the cane there so we don't have to worry about the slide out. So basically we're going to bring the one side out, and we're going to bring this side out. And you see there's much more livable space here when the slide outs are out. It's relatively about at least 20 degrees cooler in here right now than the outside temperature. So we're going to stay in here just for a few minutes here, cool down, and then we're going to show you what was done to the AquaHot, and then we'll wrap this video up. Now we're going to go outside the coach, and we're going to show you the modifications that they made to our AquaHot to get it working. Here we go, here on the side of the coach here, and here is our AquaHot bay. See right here, they added this relay right here. That interfaces between the AquaHot, the 12-volt system, and the Precision Plex system here. And it's been running like a champ here. Now they right now have masking tape labels here that I want to replace with more permanent labels, so in the future it's easy to identify. But We have hot water. It took less than a few minutes to generate that, and it's running really great.
Well, hey folks, I hope Ben was able to show you a good few things on how to do some routine maintenance on your RV. I want to digest for just a moment, because I know we'll get questions. What happened to my foot was arthritis. I had a mid-foot fusion of the first, second, and third joint, and a resection of the fourth and fifth joint. So basically I got a metal plate and then they cut in there, and I got a bunch of screws and staples and whatnot inside my foot. I am, like I said, heading towards the 8th week. I am allowed now to bear weight on it. I am still wobbly, still using some assistive devices, but I do have hopes that I won't need to use a cane in the future. You know, I hope...
Is that bear weight or weight bear?
Yeah, bear weight. Yeah, bear. Anyway, we hope to be RVing soon. We have kept connections with Keystone Heights RV Resort. As you know, we stayed there for a couple years. We loved it before we exited for this particular plan. So we still volunteer a bit there. And in fact, Ben, and probably if I think I'm feeling good, I might make it over there tonight and sit. Because it's a connection to the way of life that we really enjoy, and we're not giving up. So I hope those that have stuck with us and have subscribed, that you'll keep so. And for those of you who haven't, please do subscribe. And if there's a reason you're not, I mean, it's free. I mean, where can you get something free these days? Please let us know in the comments why you're not subscribing.
And please like this video too. It also helps our channel statistics.
Right. I am going to put some notes in the description below, not only for these assistive devices, just in case someone else is going through it. This is not sponsored. However, if you do click on a link, we might make a small commission. But no one has sponsored this video. This boot has nice little earbags and inflates in there and keeps my foot safe. It's a wonderful boot. Don't know what kind it is. Insurance is paying for that. But the scooter, the walker, the cane, they're all things that I picked. And you can see they have pink, but you can get blue, green, yellow, whatever. You know, choose your own colors. But it's important to keep your connection, to keep living your dreams as long as you can. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, Ben, why don't you wind up here? And
you also want to talk a little bit about our base, right?
Okay.
And you know, basically we've got a
good idea.
Deer Valley manufactured home and set on an 1.5-acre property.
It's a beautiful home, and Deer Valley has been out a few times to fix things under warranty. They have been awesome to work with. Literally, I send them an email, they call me up or send me an email back saying, okay, I'm on the schedule to get it fixed, and they're right there. Right. And also, while I was having this lovely surgery, laid up in bed, not being able to walk, do anything, and Ben cooking and cleaning and doing dishes and doing laundry and everything else, cleaning litter boxes. He has made a beautiful garden out front that I can sit out the one window and watch butterflies and birds in the bird bath, and I can't complain too much of my captivity.
Mm-hmm. And just thank you for watching this video and liking and subscribing if you haven't done so already. And remember our slogan, to open the doors to adventure
and start all your journeys with the RV Keys.
Have a great day, folks.